Coach Casey was talking about toughness and what you talked about. Old school toughness that John Salmons brings, and then your toughness. What is the toughness that you bring to this team?
What's my toughness? My new school, old school?
I don't know. You're kind of middle school.
Just qualities I want to bring to this team to help us be better. They're already a good team. They've lost some close games, but at the end of the day, for myself personally, I want to bring energy, toughness, a new focus to this team, and just keep sharing the ball.
What's your definition of toughness on a basketball court?
On a basketball court, just holding your ground on the defensive end, talking on the defensive end, just trying to do all the right things to help your team get better and make the game easier for everybody else.
You played against this team in the past as an opponent. Sometimes there's a question about whether they were tough enough, and then it might have been a little bit soft. Did you ever get that impression?
No, not at all. The previous times I played against Toronto, it was always a tough battle for me. I'm a spot-up jump shooter, so for me to attack the glass, finish at the rim, get hard fouls, that's not that much into my game, so for me to call a team weak or not tough or not hard working, it's just not in me.
I know it's only been a week, but what's it like going up against guys like Tyler, Amir, some of the tough guys that are already on this team when again, Coach has talked about you bringing that exact same.
So luckily, I'm already well acquainted with Tyler Hansbrough. Played against him in college, so I've always been a fan of his game. I've always been a fan of him in general. So I've always known about his toughness. I always know about his intangibles, his hard work, his effort he puts on and off the court. Amir, I didn't know too much about until I got into the league, and when I'm playing alongside him, seeing him in practice, and especially in the games, I can definitely see he's a tough person. He's a very smart player on the court. He uses his strengths to the best of his abilities out there. So in my opinion, no one on this team is soft.
What are your impressions of Jonas Valanciunas? A lot of people looking at you as a guy who can help create space for him with your ability to shoot the ball. What have you seen from the young big man in your time with him?
He's strong, especially his lower body. Extremely strong. Just out here in practice, they put me at the foul for a couple plays and I had to go up against him, and I'm trying to move him, and my arm is on his lower body, and he's just constantly pushing me. So he's extremely young, but he's definitely got a lot of room to grow. He's already skilled at his young age. He's played some big minutes, some big games. He's starting. He's a fast learner, and his game's definitely gotten better since I first played against him years ago.
How big is that learning curve for a young big man in the league? You've went through it. You watched DeMarcus go through it. For Jonas, how tough is it to kind of learn on the fly as a big in this league?
It's tough, just because, especially if you're starting and you're young, and you see those other bigs around you who are veterans, who aren't new to the game, who have done this for X amount of years, and who it comes easy to. They're doing it day in and day out. They've been around it for forever, and it's easy to them. So for JV, I can understand his frustration, but he's got an advantage. He's starting at a young age, he's playing well at a young age, and he has so much room to grow. So in a couple years, he'll definitely be one of the best big men in the league.
As long as we're asking about all your teammates, how familiar were you with Terrence Ross before you got here, and what have been your impressions so far?
Somewhat familiar with him. I watched a lot of him last year. I watched some of him when he was in college. So I've always been well aware of his athletic ability, but I wasn't aware of his shooting ability. And so seeing him in practice, seeing his ability to knock down threes, slash into the basket, finish around the rim, he's great in transition, and his jump shot has definitely come along from once I first seen it. So my impressions with him, I'm definitely glad he's taking this starting role to the next level. He's not satisfied with just starting. He wants to be a great basketball player, and I'm definitely happy for him.